Getting admission into the University of Uyo is not an easy task, trust me, because UNIUYO is one of the most competitive federal universities in Nigeria. By the time you finish watching this video, you will gain more insight on how you can gain admission to study your preferred course at this university. Now, one very important information about University of Uyo is that the school does not conduct post-UTME exam. Unlike other schools where, after your JAMB, you sit for another exam which is called post-UTME screening, or aptitude test. UNIUYO doesn't do that. So it is your JAMB score and your O-level results that will be used to determine your admission. And another tricky thing is that UNIUYO doesn't really release, I'll tell you in the video. Now, the first thing you must do as a student who is applying for any of the courses at UNIUYO and you definitely want to gain admission to this school is to meet the O-level subject combination. Now, O-level subject combination, it's simple. There are courses, there are subjects you need to have in your O-level results for you to gain admission to study a particular course at UNIUYO. A lot of students usually make this mistake and they realize this mistake when it's now time for admission. That is why I don't want you to miss out on your admission, because if you have a very high JAMB score, you have 320, you have applied for medicine and surgery, and you don't have the correct O-level subject combination for medicine and surgery, you will be denied your admission. So this is the right time for you to correct any mistakes, because you can go right now and change your course that aligns with your O-level subject combination. This also is applicable for the JAMB subject combination, because a lot of students usually make, majority of the mistakes come from JAMB subject combination. So it's very, very important that your JAMB and O-level subject combinations are correct. Now, if you have any confusion about this, you're not sure about the O-level subject combination, or you realize that your JAMB score is it's low and you want to change another course, and you're not sure that the course you are changing to the subject combination you currently have is correct for it, you can let me know in the comments of this video and I will provide you with that information. Just tell me the course you're applying to and I will give you the subject combination. Now, another thing you need to do is to determine your admission chances. Now, one of the very tricky things about University of Uyo admission is that they don't usually release cutoff mark, because unlike some schools where they release cutoff mark every year, at least you can use that to to determine your admissions. Let's say, for example, you've calculated your aggregate as 55 and maybe last year cutoff mark for that course is 56. That again to tell you that, oh, I might probably stand a chance for admission. But because the cutoff mark is usually not available publicly, it now requires you for you to be very, very smart with your decision making and get the best advice whatever course you're applying to. Now, let's talk about the JAMB cutoff mark. As a student applying for UNIUYO, you must definitely meet a JAMB cutoff mark. This JAMB cutoff mark is general. It is a cutoff mark that is set by JAMB. It could be 160, it could be 170, depending on the performance of students at the JAMB exam that year. When UNIUYO releases a post-UTME form, they will say our cutoff mark is 160. So it means that any student who is applying for admission must definitely get above 160 in order to stand a chance for admission. Now, getting above 160 is not a guarantee you will get admission for the course you've applied to, because every individual course has their own level of competitiveness. Like courses like law, medicine and surgery, pharmacy, a lot of students are usually applying for those courses. So it means that the cutoff mark for those courses will be very, very high. So you as a student, you've written your JAMB, you've seen your JAMB score. It's not for you to ask yourself, can this my JAMB score get me the course I want to study at UNIUYO? Because if you're applying for law, you should be getting a JAMB score above 280 in order for you to really stand a very, very excellent chance for admission. Why? Because other students applying for law only have very, very good JAMB score. Because if UNIUYO wants to admit only 80 students for law, it means they are going to take the 80 best students to the highest JAMB score, that have applied for law. So if you with 220, you also apply for that law, you will not gain admission, even though UNIUYO has said 200 is the general cutoff mark for you to apply to law. But then it doesn't really give you a very good shot at getting admission. So you have to be very, very smart with the course you're applying to based on your JAMB score. If you have doubts or you are not sure if your JAMB score can get you the course you want to study at UNIUYO, let me know in the comment. Just tell me your JAMB score and the course you are applying to, and I will be able to advise you. If it's required for you to change course, I will tell you that this course you've applied to, you can't get with this your JAMB score. It's best you do this, do that, and I'll be able to help you out, because the main goal is for you to gain admission this year so that you don't waste your JAMB score pursuing a course that you cannot get. This is not to scare you, because I want to assure you that the purpose of this video is for you to be able to be a bona fide student of University of Uyo in the coming months. Now, another thing you need to know is to apply for the post-UTME. It's no brainer, because in order for you to gain admission, you must apply for the post-UTME. Now, applying for the post-UTME, it is an online process, and the fee is usually 2,000 naira, so it doesn't cost much, and it's something you can do with your phone, but most students prefer to do it at a cyber cafe, which is very, very okay. Or you can reach out to me and I can actually help you out with the process also. So the process is simple, it is straightforward. UNIUYO will collect your details from JAMB, because JAMB already has your details when you did your JAMB registration. So UNIUYO will just collect your details from JAMB. So it's just for you to fill one or two things and you are done with your application. It doesn't really take time. And without doing this application, you can't gain admission. So you can't gain admission. Challenge most students have is that probably by the time you realize that their JAMB score is low for the course they want to study and they want to do change of course, the question is, will I be able to do change of course? Well, the answer is yes. Usually, UNIUYO will give a very good time for the application process. So if you want to do change of course, you can go and do it right now, because in about 2-3 weeks time, it will reflect on UNIUYO portals. And another thing is that NECO and WAEC results. I've had students ask me, well, my NECO result is currently not out, so is it possible for me to apply for UNIUYO with awaiting NECO result? The answer is yes. UNIUYO will not release their admission without the WAEC and NECO result. It's only when you are applying for, let's say, GC exam that is way far, maybe in December or something like that, you can't use that result for your admission. Now, another thing I want to talk about is staying updated with UNIUYO post-UTME news. It sounds so simple, but when I was applying for admission many years ago, I remember I joined a lot of Facebook groups. I was reading about the school back to back, and those informations actually helped me, because for example, without joining some of these groups, you will not know that the form is out, you will not know that admission list is out. And if UNIUYO decides to release color mark, there's no way for you to know the color mark, because sometimes these informations are actually released on the official school website, but you don't usually go to that school website as often. But then when you are scrolling to your Facebook or through your WhatsApp, it's easy for you to get updates. So I want to encourage you, as a student applying for UNIUYO, make sure you join a WhatsApp group, join a Facebook group, a Telegram group, whatever group that is relevant. As long as the information there is relevant, you can join that group. And of course, you can join my group. You'll see the link in the description of this video, where you actually get up-to-date information about the University of Uyo. So far I've been able to cover the very, very important point. Unlike other schools that conduct post-UTME exam, UNIUYO doesn't do that. So it is now you to be able to make sure you apply for admission with the right JAMB score and the correct O-level subject combination. And with this, I want to assure you that you will stand a very good chance of gaining admission. I wish you all the best, and I'm actually rooting for you and praying that in the next few months to come, you'll be the one celebrating, jubilating that, oh, I've gotten admission for this course, I'm now a bona fide student of University of Uyo. I really wish you all the best. For now, it is bye-bye. And feel free to ask me any question in the comment, and I will definitely assist you.